Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you are listening to us from, and welcome back to F&S Live Impromptu Chats. So happy to be back with my regular correspondent from Sydney, Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. It's actually technically morning in Australia. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, or yeah, it'd be morning for most people. It's technically morning for us.
Technically morning on the eastern side. How are we all? I hope you're doing well. If you are hearing us, then leave a comment if you'd like to. I don't even remember what I used to say, but leave a comment in the chat box and we'll certainly give you a shout out. I think it was something along those lines. It's been a little while.
Like us to talk about
yes, but
then leave a comment and we'll try and get to it. That's usually what you say.
do that. Well, thank you, Sarah, because that's exactly what I wanted to convey. Well done. Yes, please do that. And we have Ellen already here. Hello, Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
Ellen says, hi. Hi, Ellen.
Yay.
How are you? Hope you're doing very, very well. As Sarah said, absolutely right. If there is anything that you would like to talk about, certainly let us know and we will talk about that. But in the meantime, there is a topic that I would like to address to all of you. We've had some very interesting news in Australia. I would say today, but technically it's yesterday as of 20 minutes ago on the eastern border. Some very, very interesting news regarding gay marriage. So, yes. So just before I go any further, I will say a quick hello to Skylar, who's joined us in the room. Hi, Skylar.
Hi, Skylar.
And Ellen saying it's been a long time. It has, Ellen. So if you are just waking up around the world, you may potentially be waking up to some news regarding gay marriage here in Australia. And there was a little bit of confusion on my part and some of my family's part as to what exactly was happening, but I'll explain it all to you in a nutshell. So as you all know, we had the majority vote of yes from the public thanks to the plebiscite, which is good that we got the yes there. And then we were just going to wait and see when it was going to be passed as a bill and make gay marriage legal here in Australia. Today, the bill for gay marriage has been passed in the Senate, which is interesting. Now,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Now,
I heard a lot of people
go ahead.
confused about that today, going, "Oh, it's legal." It's not. We've still got a little bit to go, but yeah, you continue on.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's exactly what it was with me. My mum rang me earlier today and she's in tears going, congratulations, you can get married. And we were so happy. And then I read the article properly. I'm like, oh, wait, hang on, we're close. Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, what it means is it has been passed through the Senate. And then next week, or within the next week, it's going to be viewed in the House of Reps, which, as I understand, is the last stage. So if it does go through the House of Reps, and correct me if you know different, Sarah, but if it does go through the House of Reps, then it becomes legal.
Yeah, from what I was gathering from what I've seen on Facebook, because I did go, look at all the posts and stuff. So it goes through the Senate, and then it goes through, if it's passed through the House of Representatives, then it's all good. It's ready to go. People can get married. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So, yeah.
So long story short, give us your prayers, your love, however you send out good vibes to the universe. Do that, because we could be here in a week's time saying gay marriage is officially legalized in Australia, which is pretty fantastic, you guys.
Francois just going to go find himself a partner. I find myself a girlfriend. We're just going to go get married because we can. No, just
exactly right. Totally. Now we're gonna have a Christmas wedding. Why not? Just right away. No, but I think it's going to be, obviously, it'll be a huge step for equality, and it's going to be fantastic and a huge step towards me potentially reclaiming my patriotism. We'll see. But Australia's certainly heading in the right direction. So, Sarah, did you have any thoughts to add about what you found out today about what was happening, and anything else at all to add on that topic.
Look, it's pretty exciting. I mean, we were all a bit skeptical, thinking, yeah, it's not going to happen before Christmas. I mean, it might. I did see a lot of stuff saying that they got rid of kind of some of the things that they wanted to put into bills to, yeah, put into Senate.
Thank God.
So I can't remember all the things that they wanted to add into it that got shot down, basically, and they were like, no. I think things like I don't know, like things that had nothing really to do with it, like refusing service to people, and I honestly can't even tell you what they all were, like refusing service to gay people and everything. They're still gonna like uphold the
That's
whole,
basically.
you know, ministers can still refuse to marry a gay couple if they choose, like that, you know, that's under their right. I think that's still part of this bill that got passed in Senate. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. It's all a bit confusing to me. But yeah, no, it's pretty.
It's No, it's really interesting that you mentioned that. One of the things that was on that bill, and don't quote me word for word, but basically what it's saying was marriage is defined as between two people.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Marriage is defined as an act between two people. So obviously, be it straight, gay, whatever it is. With the following exceptions. And A said something along the lines of, if your belief is if you don't believe in it or something like that. So basically it was trying to say marriage is defined as an act between two people unless you believe otherwise. And then if you believe otherwise, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
It was really weirdly worded. Like, if you have this religious belief, then for you, that's actually not legal.
I think that they did try and cut all that out and stuff.
But yeah, and they did really well because, yeah.
I know that they were trying to give it to marriage two definitions. So basically, like the man woman definition, and they were trying to introduce another definition for the gay people or whatever. And this new bill that was introduced, that, you know, and I saw an article about it. They were like, "What's the point of that? That's just going to further continue on with this whole these people are different kind of shit that we've been going through."
Yeah, exactly.
The marriage definition is going to be changed for all. You know, like, so
but
that was one thing.
But no, but they did really well, and they, from what I read, I'm pretty sure this is the case. What I'll just call, to make it simple, the normal version, so just making it legal, that's the one that went through. The other one was completely rejected, which I think you were saying earlier anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And so the countdown begins, hopefully in about 7 days or just over 7 days or whatever. We will be back saying to all of you, it is officially legal, and popping the corks and, you know, drinking some alcohol and celebrating. Who knows?
Oh, guys.
But something fun.
The biggest, I mean, yeah, we'll definitely do a live chat. You guys will know anyway, because it'll probably be all over Facebook if you are part of the Facebook group and it's on Facebook, but otherwise we'll definitely be talking about it quite a bit.
Speaking of doing a live chat, I have to say my reactions in order when my mum told me that she was under the assumption that the law had passed. My first reaction was, oh yay, it happened, how good. My second reaction was, okay, so I'm definitely going to have to do a chat on, comment below and let me know. So there will definitely be a chat once it's passed, trust me. We've got some comments here in the room, so let's address them. Skylar says, Francois, I've been meaning to tell you I have an extra small Riverdale chocolate pop shirt and wanted to do a free giveaway for the channel. Well, that sounds awesome, Skylar. I like that. I'd love to talk to you about that. Yeah. Skylar says that I sound fine on her end. Yay. The size of the shirt isn't extra small, but it is small. Okay, cool. No problems. That sounds great, Skylar. I love that. Where are we? Skylar is sending her prayers. Thank you, Skylar. Much appreciated. Ellen says, well, congrats on congrats on at least some progression. Yeah, thank you, Ellen. Very much appreciated. I think right now we just need to appreciate where it is. And if it is a week away, then personally, the way I see it, we've waited, well, I've waited close on 32 years for this to change. So 1 week I can wait for. But thank you, I appreciate it. Sorry, did I skip you there, Sarah?
No, I said definitely. I agreed.
Cool. Skylar says, yeah, Australia is so behind, finally. Oh, so true, Skylar. Like, that was my thought as well. Like, yeah, I'm sure there are going to be people out there going, well, yeah, finally. Like, what took them so long? But, yeah, so I can understand that. Chase has joined us. Hey, little bro.
Hi, Chase.
Chase is in the room. Hi, Chase, and happy birthday. I don't know if your birthday is today or tomorrow, but happy birthday for you and many happy returns.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. Skylar says that happened. Yeah, a woman refused to give out marriage licenses, but I forgot how it was handled. I think a lot of people said she shouldn't do her job then if she's going to discriminate. Yeah, so I think that it'll be interesting to see what happens over here. Now, obviously, there are people that are going to have their own views, and it is going to be interesting to see how that is handled over here. I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say I did see that civil celebrants still have to legally, like in this new bill that's been put through, have to legally marry anyone. They can't discriminate. But as I said, religious ministers can refuse to do it. So I think civil celebrants can't legally, as part of this, refuse someone to. Yeah.
There you go. No, it's a really interesting issue that I would love to sit down with someone who is religious that was part of the No campaign and talk rationally about my views on separating church and state. I have no problem with someone having a belief. That's totally fine, to each their own. But the law is different to faith. They're two different things.
I think if you had a conversation with someone, it could go well, but a lot of these people do believe that their religion or their beliefs should dictate the law, and it could go not so well. You don't know.
As a humorous response, I would like to say, in that case, I'm going to petition to have bonfires in summer for Letha when I celebrate the Sabbath, and no one can object because it's my religion.
Right.
Just so you know, if you don't live in Australia, in the summer, there are a lot of, what do you call it? Like, you can't light fires or anything outside in summer because it's too risky with the heat and everything. So one of my holidays I celebrate in my religion, without going into too much detail that's coming up, usually you would celebrate it with a bonfire, but you can't do that because of the restrictions. So I'd love to argue that to Parliament, see what they say. But we'll probably be waiting another 30 years before that's even recognised. Okay, Skylar says, my service is going to cut out. I will rejoin you guys. I will rejoin if you guys are still on when I get into my office. I don't know if we will be, Skylar. It's just a quick chat tonight because it is rather late. But if we do catch you, yay. If we don't, I know you'll watch it back. But thank you so much for being here anyway. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was good to have you here, Skylar. Obviously doing it a bit later. We got a few people that we can't always get on. So
yeah,
it's cool. I'm glad that you guys have turned up.
Speaking of Skylar, that actually reminds me of two things, funny enough, that I wanted to bring up. First of all, someone was writing to me, and if you're listening to this delayed and it was you, let me know in the comments below and I will give you all the proper credit, but I just don't remember who it is right now. Someone was saying to me that for Thanksgiving, some people can't catch up with their family for whatever reason. Just, unfortunately, geographically, it just won't work and stuff like that. And so some people celebrate what they call Friendsgiving.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. I thought, how sweet is that? So I just wanted.
That's really cute.
So I just wanted to bring that up, and if, I'd say, if you're listening to this live or delayed, and you're the one that told me this, credit to you, because that just made my day reading that. And also, specifically to Skylar, because Skylar lives in New York, I saw something today on last night, I should say, on Facebook that blew me away. As of 2018, there are going to be, I don't know if it's all schools or most schools in New York will be tuition free.
Yeah, I saw that too on Facebook.
Yeah, blew me away.
If that's all happening, if it's true and going ahead.
If that is true, that's fantastic. So Skylar, if you're hearing this back delayed and you know some more about it, please let me know. I think that's fantastic, because schooling is so important. And unfortunately, when it comes to some people, when it comes to schooling, they just can't afford to do it for whatever reason.
Either they can't afford to, or they manage to do it, but then the rest of their life falls apart because they can't afford to live because of
Yeah,
the tuition fees, which is horrible. It's so sad.
yeah. So, I mean, what a way to say Merry Christmas, New York. Then if this is real, free tuition. I mean, wow. I would go back to school right now if they did that in Melbourne or in Australia. Like, I would just do it. There you go. So, yay. Ellen says, don't get me started on dividing religion and the law. It pisses me off when people think their religion puts them higher than the law. Exactly right, Ellen. Completely agree.
Definitely need to. Not that we're against religion, just when they do that.
Yeah. It's two separate things. Like, I feel like it is not a judge's place to go into a church and tell them how they should run their religion, just as much as it's not a priest's place to go into government, into a courtroom or whatever, and tell everyone how to run the country. They're two separate things. But yeah.
Ellen said, we don't have Thanksgiving here. We don't have
Oh,
Thanksgiving here either, Ellen. It's not really an Australian thing.
no.
Um,
Yeah, it's an American and a few other countries do it, and a Francois thing.
from what I hear, the tradition of Thanksgiving isn't actually as great as what it's made out to be, in relation to the Native Indians and all that kind of stuff. But either way, we can still follow with the American tradition and simply be thankful for things. And anyone can do that. Doesn't matter where you live.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice though.
Everybody can be thankful and join in, and if you are part of the Facebook group, and even here on YouTube, we had Francois put a video up for Thanksgiving, and on the group I put a video up, and Sky.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you don't have it there; you can still join in.
Yeah. No, that was really fantastic. Sarah's absolutely right. I put up a video, just wanted to, wish everyone happy Thanksgiving, and next thing I know, Sarah put up a video, which was so awesome. Skylar put up a video. I'm like, yay, this is so good. Everyone's getting involved, whether you celebrate it or not. And all of us were sort of saying, whether you celebrate it or not, we just want to say, I hope you're having a good day. Yeah. So yeah, it related to everyone as well.
We were all just saying that we were thankful for each other. Everyone on this YouTube channel, and also on the group, Facebook group, and stuff like that. So yeah. As I said, definitely don't do Thanksgiving here. It's not an Australian thing at all.
No, definitely not. That's for sure. For me, wanting to try it out, it's not an Australian thing. So Ellen has said something in a comment that, funny how we're on the same wavelength, because I was just about to say that, Ellen. I was just about to say that in Holland they may not celebrate Thanksgiving, but they do have Sinterklaas. So Sinterklaas comes up, I believe, on the 5th or the 6th. It's one of the two of December. So Ellen writes, we do have Sinterklaas coming up, which Sinterklaas is celebrating Saint Nicholas in Holland, and from what I've been told, it is a much bigger deal than the 25th of December. So the big Christmas is celebrated on the 5th or the 6th in Holland. I don't remember which date it was. She says, but it gets ruined with the whole Black Pete. So in like the way that Christmas is talked about in the Western culture, to try and give a very brief explanation, we have Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus and all the elves that work for Santa. In Holland, there is Sinterklaas or Saint Nicholas, and then his sidekick that works with him, Zwarte Piet. Now, Zwarte Piet translates into Black Peter. And Ellen's making a point. She's saying Black Pete, people are discussing it and friends are talking about it and calling it blackface. And there's a lot of issues because Santa's assistant, Black Peter, his face is painted black for a myriad of reasons that have nothing to do with race. But because everyone has to be politically correct, foreigners are now turning around saying, well, you can't have someone called Black Peter. And making all these issues about it. So I'm so sorry that that happens, Ellen. But it's a beautiful story, Saint Nicholas and Zwarte Peter. So if you get the chance, certainly look it up. But if you're good, then Zwarte Peter or Black Peter will give you candy or something. What Americans will call candy anyway. And if you're bad, Black Peter puts you into, I'm trying to say this in English, Black Peter puts you into his sack and he takes you to Spain, because in Holland they believe that Santa lives in Spain. Black Peter takes you to Spain and you are taught to be a good boy or girl over there if you're a bad person. That's what the belief is. So the boys and girls are all, well, that's why you aim to be good. Like here, where in Australia, at the least, we say you get coal in your stocking if you're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very interesting.
Like every country has their own tradition. Some countries obviously don't have any Christmas type tradition, and and there are some that do. But yeah, the ones that do have their own little version of it, which is cool.
Yeah. No, and yeah, so Ellen, I just want to say thank you for bringing that up, because I did want to bring it up with you recently when I was talking about it to Mum, to ask you about if there was any politically correct issues going on with the Black Peter, and thank you for letting me know that, yeah, there is, and I'm sorry that there is. 5th of December, but his birthday is the 6th. That's why I'm getting confused. Ellen says, I am all for Rotepiet, which is just some black smudges. Is that the correct word? Yes, it is. Black smudges. Yeah, you're right. Because people are offended by Black Pete. I am all right with changing it if it hurts people, but I'm pissed off about people running their mouth when they don't know anything about it. Exactly right, Ellen. See, to me, and I may be even getting this wrong, but to me, the black in the term Black Peter, or Peton, I think it is about the standard color black, not about the skin color black. So it's two completely separate things. What do you associate the color black with when you're not thinking about skin? But yeah, so I'm sorry about that. But there you go. So that's that. Do you know of any other traditions, Sarah, aside from the Westernized Christmas that people celebrate for Christmas?
Really, to be honest.
No, that's totally fine. Just thought I would ask.
I don't have much culture. I'm Australian.
No, it's a good point. I am begging my mum this year to take me through all the traditions for Sinterklaas, because of the fact that we don't have much tradition in Australia.
Yeah.
So we're sort of starved for it here. But yeah, there we go. Ellen says they did some changes in had Sinterklaas journal or journal, Santa Claus journal, which in a news program about Sinterklaas, and every year there is something wrong, and if it's not sure if Santa Claus can come to the Netherlands. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so Santa Claus goes to the Netherlands like Santa comes to us, obviously on Christmas Eve. But it's really good. Again, I recommend that everyone read up about it. It's really beautiful to read. She says it's great for kids, but they now have white Pete's and Black Pete's and Pete's with smudges. There you go. I have to tell Mum that. because I did not know they had a white peat and a peat with smudges. I didn't know that. But there you go. Thanks for telling me, Ellen. I appreciate it. Gosh, I hate doing this considering I'm getting so into all this stuff about Sinterklaas, Swatipi, to gay rights, all this, but it is getting close to that time. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Sarah, before we slowly start wrapping it up?
No, not really.
No problems at all. All right, guys, so I have done a pre-recorded video for the gay marriage update, so you can feel free to watch that after this one if you haven't already, but you wouldn't have if you're watching this live because I'm literally just publishing it now. But otherwise, I want to say thank you to everyone who has come along. Apologies about keeping it short, but yeah, at least it's good we had a chat. And next time, yeah, we might do a longer one. But if you've enjoyed this chat and you're not part of, comment below and let me know. I would recommend that you subscribe. And if you like the chat, give it a thumbs up and hit the notification button, because then you will be advised as to when we go live. As the title suggests, it's always impromptu. So, yeah.
Yeah, we never have any plans for these. It's always like, let's do one. And we don't really normally have a topic we're going to talk about. We just kind of wing it and see what comes out. So that's always exciting.
Exactly. So there you go. All right, guys, if there is anything that you would like for Sarah and myself when it comes to SF and S live impromptu chats to discuss, or anything that you would like for me to do in pre-recorded videos during this Christmas season, since Christmas is literally coming up, well, since for us now it is Thursday, tomorrow, then let me know. At the moment, tomorrow there is Riverdale, that's back tomorrow, but it's been quiet this week. So if there is something you'd like for me to talk about, do some research on, or even give my view on, you know me, I certainly won't filter it. I will tell you exactly what I think. So feel free to let me know below. I want to give a big shout out to Alofa, who's saying hi. Hi, Alofa. Thank you for being here. I am sorry we are finishing this chat now, but thank you so much for coming. It means a lot to me that you guys do come along. But you can watch it back, Alofa, and let me know what you think, and leave a comment below. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. But lots of love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of comment below and let me know. I want to thank my wonderful Sydney correspondent, Sarah, for being here. As always, it was such a joy doing this chat once again. So thank you. Excellent. And we will talk to you guys all again very, very soon. Leave those suggestions below. Give someone you love a hug today. And of course, as I always say, make love and not war. Bye, guys.